Hey everyone, this is Sean from Saving Your Future channel and podcast. Saving Your Future is based on my book by the same title. Put it out in 2013. It's available on Amazon and in many bookstores. So if something you don't have, I definitely would appreciate it if you take a look at it. And if it's for you, go ahead and get yourself a copy. So today I want to talk about the idea of early retirement. You're going to see a lot of videos about people and also news stories I have about people that are retiring early at 35, 40, 50, somewhere around that. And, the question I've always thought is this more like the snake oil sales or more like the story you hear about, oh, just click on this video or just do this one thing that's going to create millions of dollars in passive income and you're going to be a multimillionaire and you retire real quick and you're good to go for life. That's the question I have. Is these people that are retiring at 35, will they be able to sustain themselves from 35 to 60, 65 when they can collect Social Security? And within that, how much Social Security will they be able to collect if they haven't worked in 30 years? It's, a small period of time that they've actually been paying in if they're not, working and doing something else afterwards. On average, from the things that I've read and researched, you would probably need roughly around $1 million in order to retire. $500,000 in current liquid tappable income streams or investments that you can actually draw on to provide income for you, to pay for your typical life expenses, and maybe another $500,000 in a retirement account that will continue to grow over the next X number of years between now and when you actually retire, when you can actually draw from a 401k or similar IRA and that kind of investment. So if you're in the situation that you have those particular setups where you have about $1 million currently, then you can potentially expect that you can spend about $40,000 to $45,000 a year and be able to live comfortably in that regard. Necessarily, maybe a minimalistic type of lifestyle. Maybe you can do that. Do you plan on traveling a lot? Do you plan on having a more lavish lifestyle? Then you're probably not going to be able to make it on that. Be interested to hear from you. Everybody wants to retire. I get it. They want to retire early. But is that something you've thought about? And what would you do if you did retire early? And how much money do you think you would need? Because it's a personal answer, really. How much money do I need to retire? It really depends on how much money I need to live on. And so it's a personal question, but again, I gave you a baseline ballpark of about $1 million to retire based on today, right? The other thing is, what would you do it yourself? It's great to say, well, I'd travel the world or I'd take vacations or I'd do this or I'd do that. But after you do a certain amount of things, is there any side jobs you do? Is there something that you would build to have, some other stream of income, maybe some other kind of passive income? What would that be? Would you be investing in real estate? Would you be investing in stocks and bonds? Would you be day trading? What would you do with that time? What would you potentially, spend your 12 hours, 16 hours a day, or let's say your former 8 hours a day of work? What are you going to do at that time? Love to hear your story. So if you're interested in hearing more, definitely check out my podcast. I do a podcast as well, and I'll link that in the description below. And many of my podcast episodes I'll also put on YouTube as it links as a video, although it's really just the audio. And, I'll put a link to my book as well. And, I'd love to hear from you guys. Love to hear what topics you'd like to hear more about. I read articles every single day. I'm constantly keeping up on the financial climate and, seeing where things are. And I'd be happy to talk to you about anything from creating the rainy day fund to stocks and bonds to, saving for a house, saving for a car, how to pay off debts, all those kind of things. So let me know what you'd like to hear about next, and we will catch you in the next episode. Thanks.